I'm sure you've all seen one of these. It's a guitar capo, and the main reason it exists is for you to put it on the second fret and bust out that one song in parties. But jokes aside, obviously they can be very useful, but I kind of hate them. Hating might be a bit of a strong word, but hear me out. Of course that you can put the capo on some sort of fret and play some chord shapes that perhaps you couldn't play without, like a G shape. Like, for as much as you try, you can't really do that shape without a capo. You can sort of do it like an alternative way, where you don't really use the two pinkies down here and you bar that fret with the index finger, but like I said, you then miss one of the strings. At least you're some sort of hyper flexible person that can do all of that and still bend your pinky in order to do a bar here on the first two strings. But for some other chords, like if you're trying to do a C chord, the capo does help you out, but again, you could just also do a bar on the first fret and do like the cage system shape for the C chord. And if it doesn't sound exactly the same, it will probably sound like 90% the same. Sure, you might miss out on doing all of those open string hammer-ons and pull-offs and that sort of playing. And in that context, of course, the capo makes sense. But there are also plenty of guitar players, especially beginner guitar players, that just rely too much on the capo and never end up learning bar chords and proper chord shapes good enough, which I, as a teacher, really don't enjoy. So I kind of avoid using capos whenever I can. But when it comes to my latest release song, A Count's Ballad, which you can and should go check out anywhere you listen to your music at, that song is a capo song. In fact, it's a capo on the first fret, making it a song in the key of F. And although I own a couple of capos, I don't really play with them too often, but my brother used to when he used to play some fingerstyle arrangements back in the day. I've told a story in another video of how I've written this song in his classical guitar while we were just hanging out, so if you want to hear more about it, go check out that other video. And I remember clearly just messing around with this shape for a B flat major 7 chord, and while I was playing it like that, it was sounding cool, but it didn't have any bass notes that added up to the richness of the sound. So I started to play it like this, but then I was like, what if I put the F on the bass? Playing this shape like this, with just two fingers and having the F on the bass here, is not exactly unplayable, but it's kind of hard. You really have to struggle and press hard on the strings. I tried to do it a semitone down so I could use open strings, but it didn't really have the same vibe. So I then had to reluctantly get the capo on and put it on the first fret and get that F bass in there, which also made it cool because I could keep that F or B flat, depending on the song section, just ringing on the background while I played some different chord shapes, which gave it a very cool vibe. But again, I've talked about that vibe in another video, which you can go check out. So to me, this song is eternally a capo song, and I've tried to remove the capo and play it in E and maybe like tune the guitar like a half step up, and that way I don't have to bring a capo, I just have to retune the guitar, or even use like a pitch shifter pedal and pitch the whole guitar a semitone up and not need to take a capo at all. But honestly, even though I'm sure I'll be able to do it if I practice enough, when I was recording the song, it really felt weird to not be playing those chords in the frets where I visualize them. It's such a specific song with a specific vibe in my catalog that I kinda end up visualizing everything that I play in such a specific way to this song, that the first time I tried to do it in E without the capo, it really left me confused and kind of lost. Like, I would keep playing things that were either a fret too high or a fret too low. So in a pure Simpsons fashion, I thought to myself, I guess that's a problem for future Homer. I'll just learn how to play it whenever I have to actually play it live. But for recording and the videos, I'll just use the capo because it's kind of easier. And I can just take a capo everywhere I go. I actually have a smaller Dario one that's better than this. This is just a generic one that I traded with a friend of mine because this one wasn't quite working on his guitar while mine was. So it wouldn't even have to be this big. But I kind of feel like probably, well, maybe possibly actually end up learning how to play it without the capo. Do you use capos often? Is it a creative tool, or is it something that it's kind of like me and you just put in a drawer and only use it when you actually need to? Like once a year, if even that often. Let me know. And while you're at it, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on all the notifications, follow and stay tuned for more because I'm releasing new songs every week and I'm releasing new videos every day, twice a day. In case it wasn't obvious already, go check out my latest release song, A Count's Ballad, anywhere you listen to your music at. And I want to once again thank you so very much for all the support in these songs and videos. I can only thank you guys so much, but it really means a lot and it really makes a difference. I can only hope to see you in another video, but until then, cheers!